Next are the chemical reactions of alkane. So till now I told you about the synthesis of alkane. How are they? How alkanes are synthesized from their respective substrates, and some were there. There were some were naming reactions like Wurtz reaction or Grignard reagent synthesis or Kolb's electrolysis reaction. So after those synthetic reactions, there are the chemical reactions of alkanes. To understand the chemical reactions of alkane, we first of all we must know about the properties of alkanes and and those properties which tells about the chemical reactivity of the alkanes. So first of all, alkanes have low chemical reactivity and are therefore known as paraffins. And reason behind it, the molecular structure of alkane reveal that all the carbon are sp3 hybridized. So alkanes in alkanes, for example, the basic alkane is methane or ethane or propane and so on. Or in all these alkanes, the carbon atom involved in hybridizations are all carbon atoms are sp3 hybridized and are fully saturated and have bond angles of 119 degree 28 minutes. So there is no angle strain. So in all the alkanes, this carbon atom is sp3 hybridized and bond angle between the various side groups is 109 degree 28 minutes. So this is the bond angle for sp3 hybridization. So this is the natural bond angle. So there is no strain involved in the bonds of this carbon in the sp3 hybridized atoms of alkanes, and moreover they are fully saturated. Fully saturation means there is no scope for the further addition of the other substrate. And CH bonds are almost non-polar because very small difference between the electronegativity of, for example, if we write about the methane, the CH bond, the CH bond, that is bond between carbon and hydrogen bond, is almost non-polar because very small difference between the electronegativities of carbon and hydrogen. Electronegativity of carbon is 2.5 and electronegativity of hydrogen is 2.1. So it is very less difference, or we may say that the electronegativity of carbon and hydrogen is almost similar. So the polarity between the carbon hydrogen atom in an alkane is very less, due to which there is very less polarizability, or the character of carbon hydrogen bond is non-polar. Thus the alkane molecules do not contain any of the above mentioned above mentioned reactive centers. On the other hand, carbon-carbon and carbon-hydrogen bonds are quite strong. These carbon-carbon, carbon-hydrogen, or in ethane, this carbon-carbon or carbon-hydrogen bond are very strong. So it is not easy to break these bonds. Thus, collisions of alkene molecules with other reagents at room temperature do not provide sufficient energy to break these molecules. Consequently, alkane molecules become almost inert toward the reagents like acid, alkalis, and oxidants under ordinary condition and are called paraffins, meaning less reactive. But in the presence of light or at higher temperature, collisions among molecules provide sufficient energy and the bond breaks to give the free radicals. Normally, they undergo chemical reaction involving replacement of one or more hydrogen atom by some other atoms or groups. In other words, they give substitution reaction. So there are different type of reaction like addition reactions, substitution reactions. So as I told you earlier, these molecules are molecules of alkanes are fully saturated, so there is no scope for the addition, whereas in substitution reaction there is substitute present. Substitute means replacement of the atom from some other atom, by some other atom. So substitution reactions are shown by the alkanes, and these reactions are shown by at higher temperature. So they undergo chemical reaction involving replacement of one or more hydrogen atom by some other atom or group. In other words, they give substitution reaction. So in substitution reactions, these reactions involve the replacement of one or more hydrogen atom of alkane with corresponding number of other atoms or groups. So first of all, we will take halogenation reactions. Halogenation reaction. Halogenation means halogen. Halogen like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So in this process, one or more hydrogen atom of alkane are replaced by halogen atoms. So basically this is the replacement of hydrogen atoms, one or more hydrogen atoms by halogen. So earlier I told you that replacement means these are replacement means these are substitution reactions. Substitution means when one atom is replaced by other atom. So in first of all, we will take chlorination. Chlorination means replacement of hydrogen by chlorine. It may be brought about by the sunlight or heat. The extent of chlorination depends upon the amount of chlorine used. Chlorine has no action on methane in the dark. In bright sunlight, the reaction occurs violently, forming hydrogen chloride and carbon. So if we will react methane with 2 moles of chlorine molecule at bright sunlight, H nu denotes the sunlight and it gives us the carbon plus HCl. 4 molecule of HCl are evolved. In diffused sunlight, the reaction is smooth and hydrogen atoms are successively replaced by chlorine atoms. So if you will keep the methane with the chlorine molecules in bright sunlight, there will be a violent reaction which result in the formation of carbon plus 4 molecules of hydrogen. Whereas in diffused sunlight means controlled sunlight, that is the sunlight of particular wavelength, the methane, that is CH4, will react in the stepwise manner with chlorine, which result in the formation of methyl chloride plus HCl. Further, CH3Cl plus chlorine react with chlorine molecule further, which result in the formation of dichloromethane plus HCl. When this dichloromethane will react with the chlorine further, it will result in the formation of CHCl3 trichloromethane or chloro. This is called chloroform. So chloroform will react with the chlorine further in stepwise manner, which result in the formation of CCl4 carbon tetrachloride or tetrachloromethane, with result in the formation of HCl, and condition for it is the sunlight plus 520 to 670 Kelvin temperature. So these are the stepwise reactions. So if you will put the methane and chlorine together in bright sunlight, they will react violently in single step, which result in the formation of carbon plus 4 molecules of hydrogen chloride. And if you will put the same methane and chlorine in a diffused sunlight, that is a controlled manner sunlight, plus at this temperature, that is 520 to 670 Kelvin, these substances will react in a controlled manner, and in stepwise manner the product will be formed. So the last product will be carbon tetrachloride and HCl. So it was chlorination, and in case of bromination it is similar to chlorination but it is not so vigorous, whereas in case of iodination the reaction is reversible, that is CH4 plus iodine molecule which result in the formation of CH3I plus hydrogen iodide. Iodination may however be carried out in the presence of an oxidizing agent such as iodic acid or nitric acid or mercuric oxide, which removes hydrogen iodide as soon as it is formed and pushes the reaction in the forward direction. So in it was chlorination. Next was iodination. Bromine also react in the similar manner as chlorine reacts with the methane. And last is the fluorination. Fluorination means addition or substitution of fluorine. Fluorination. So the fluorination of alkane is a very explosive reaction and involves extensive cleavage of carbon-carbon bonds. However, it can be made less violent by mixing with some inert gas such as nitrogen. So fluorination react is very much reactive, more reactive than chlorine with the alkanes. So mechanism of next we will discuss the mechanism of halogenation. So to discuss the mechanism we will discuss the through free radical mechanism. The reaction takes place by free radical chain mechanism. Any reaction that involves a series of steps, each of which generates an intermediate reacting substance which brings about the next step, is called chain reaction. So there are three fundamental steps in a chain reaction or a free radical reaction. First step is the chain initiating step. Chain initiating step. In this step, the halogen molecule is split up by the ultraviolet light or heat into free radicals. So if you have any halogen like X2, you may write it as XX. In this way, it can be chlorine, fluorine, bromine or iodine. So in the presence of UV light or high temperature, that is 520 Kelvin, in the chain initiating step, the halogen will be breaker into free radicals. In the next step, that is chain propagation step, chain initiation step, chain propagation step. These are one or more chain propagation step, each of which involves an attack of a free radical on a neutral molecule. For example, X dot may attack a molecule of methane. It abstracts hydrogen and forms the methyl free radical and HX molecule. So the methyl free radical react with the hydrogen molecule and forms CH3X molecule and X dot free radical. So in this manner, suppose there is a methane. So formula of methane is CH4. I am writing here it as it is similar to the CH4, 1 carbon 4 hydrogen, and this bond between carbon and hydrogen, fourth hydrogen, has been shown as dots. 2 electrons are involved in this bond. When halogen comes to it results in the breakdown of this bond, and 1 electron goes to half-headed arrow, 1 electron goes to this carbon, and 1 electron goes to this hydrogen. So in this step, the chain propagation step, the reaction continues. It's result in the formation of, this is called methyl free radical, due to this unpaired electron plus hydrogen react with this halogen free radical, and both of them possesses 1 electron, and they comes with their respective electron and result in the formation of bond. So this is the formation of HX molecule. here was, for example, it was chlorine 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 breakage result in the formation of two chlorine radicals, and here comes the chlorine radical which reacts with this hydrogen and result in the formation of this HX or HCl. So this is the chain propagation step. So let me repeat once again. These are one or more chain propagation step, each of which involves an attack of free radical on a neutral molecule. So this free radical attacked on this neutral molecule, it abstracts hydrogen. This hydrogen was abstracted from neutral molecule and forms the methyl free radical. This methyl free radical and hydrogen chloride molecule. The methyl free radical reacts with the hydrogen molecule and forms CH3X. The methyl free radical reacts with the hydrogen molecule and result in the formation of free radical. So this is the free radical formed in this step. This again reacts with this halogen, and this one gets broken, and this halogen or this halogen both are same free radical. Either of them comes to methyl free radical and result in the formation of this methyl chloride or methyl halogen compound plus this free radical. So the step A and B are repeated, forming more and more methyl halide molecules. The formation of di, tri and tetra substituted products is also explained on the basis of propagation step. Further, in last step, the chain termination takes place. So last step is the chain termination step. Here the free radical are consumed to form the neutral molecules. For example, free radicals are consumed to form the neutral molecules. So all the free radicals formed in the previous steps may react to form the neutral molecule. So this is the chain termination step. Always keep in mind that at the very start of the reaction, that is very initially, these steps work as in this reaction works in this manner, that is chain initiating step, propagation step and termination step. But after a while, when there are sufficient number of free radicals are formed, then all these three steps works simultaneously. Simultaneously mean at a same time there is a chain initiation, same time chain propagation, chain termination step. Because in reaction mixture, after a while there is the presence of free. Initially there is no free radical. Initially there is only halogen and this methane present. But after a while, when there is the reaction is started, there are a lot of number of free radical, lot of number of this methyl free radical, halogen free radicals or other free radicals. So they are simultaneously, there are lots of chain termination steps, chain propagation steps and chain initiating steps. So there are some evidences in favor of the free radical mechanism. The above free radical mechanism for the halogen of alkane is supported by the following facts. First of all, the presence of ultraviolet light. So in any chemical reaction there must be some evidences. It's not on our mind, that in our imagination that we are thinking that there must be some kind of mechanism like this is going on. There should be some, our mechanism should be supported by some practical or laboratory based evidences. So first evidence is the presence of ultraviolet light. The reaction does not occur in dark but takes place in the presence of ultraviolet light or at higher temperature. The energy absorbed bring about the homolytic cleavage of halogen molecule to form the free radical. So this ultraviolet light or this high temperature provides the enough energy for the formation of this free radical, which results in the initiation of the reaction. Second is, for every photon of light absorbed, several thousand molecules of alkyl halide are formed and the reaction has high quantum yield. This can be explained in terms of repeating chain propagation steps. Third is the effect of inhibitor. Inhibitor is a chemical species or any other factor which inhibits the reaction or consumes the free radical. If suppose very initially there is some inhibitor present, that there is very initially the inhibitor is present, this inhibitor will inhibit the reaction by consuming these free radicals. So if inhibitor is present, the rate of this reaction will get slowed down. So the rate of halogenation of alkane slow down if carried out in the presence of trace amount of oxygen. This is because oxygen molecule combine with reactive alkyl radical to form less reactive para peroxy alkyl radical, which is unable to carry the chain reaction. So such a substance which slow down or stop the reaction when present in trace amount in the reaction mixture is called inhibitor, and the process is called inhibition. When all the oxygen has been used, the reaction proceeds normally. So these are the effect of inhibitor. So last is the effect of tetraethyl lead. If 0.02% of tetraethyl lead is added to the reaction mixture, chlorination of alkane occur in dark at 415 Kelvin. This is because at 415 Kelvin, TEL, that is tetraethyl lead, decomposes to give ethyl radical, which can attack chlorine molecule to give the chlorine radical. So there are four factors which substantiate our claim of the free radical mechanism. The first evidence is the presence of ultraviolet light, second is the photon, third is the inhibitor, and fourth is the tetraethyl lead. So to understand this mechanism, you first of all you must remember that there are three steps in a free radical reaction, that is initiation, propagation, and termination. And these steps or this free radical mechanism is substantiated by the various evidences, and these evidences I explained to you. So next is the energy changes during the reaction. So we will take this energy changes during the reaction at next time.